graders did anger. So.
Okay, so.
First thing, now you're not going to do this right now. We're doing this as a group, but this is so you know what to do when you get to do this on your own. New score. The green button, the green plus sign.
Green plus thingy.
And we don't want piano. We'll do treble. Should we do treble or bass?
We can do bass clef.
Let's do bass clef. It doesn't really matter. I like the alto clef. Now the first thing we're going to do here is go to title, because I want you thinking about this. This is going to say determined. Now this doesn't mean this is your be-all end-all title, but when I come around and look at your computers when you're doing this, I want to know what you're trying to express. Then you can take a character that you know was an incredibly determined person, and you could name it for them. Exactly. Martin Luther King Jr. would be a great person. Then you put in your name, our 6, because that's your collective name, right? Now there are other things we can do. We've got, we can't put in the forte yet because we don't have any notes. But we can decide on the tempo. Now we had this tempo. How is this compared to a second? Because a second is 60. Is that second hand moving? How are we compared to that? Slightly faster. So let's try 66.
Okay, so to change the tempo, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click at the beginning of the line. Do you see how it's all highlighted?
It's all
Okay.
pink.
And then I'm going to go up here. This is our little side menu that has all the tools that we need. Okay, where do I find the place to change the speed?
Up there.
Which menu would it be? What's it called? Tempo. Okay, and then I can change the speed here. And what you guys want to do?
66.
66. You got it. Okay, so now we're at.
Okay.
If you forget to highlight the whole thing, it will only change it for the first measure, and that's it. Okay,
And
so
then
it's a
it will
refresh.
say quarter note equals 120 right
Yep.
here. It's really annoying.
Yeah.
And if you decide you're in the wrong key, you got to do the same thing, or you'll change key for one measure. Now, are we in the right key signature?
Yes.
Yes, so we've got that taken care of. We have our tempo taken care of. We have our 4/4 taken care of, right? And we're going to have accents. We're going to be forte. We're going to do a skip and then some steps. We're going to be in the middle of the cello register, which probably means on the staff for the cello, for those of you who aren't cello players. And for violin too, and viola. If you're on the staff, you're kind of in the middle of the register. And
bass,
that's
too.
why that clef is used for your instrument, because we tend to play most in the middle register. Like on the piano, you know, you might think, oh, we should start at the left and move to the right. Well, not really. We play in the middle, mostly, right? How many pianists in here? Quite a few. Yeah, you know, we do play in the middle, don't we?
Yeah.
We play on the outsides too, but that's a special thing. So, now we're in the key of C. We want to sound determined. What are the 3 stable notes in the key of C? Most stable. Anybody? C. Absolutely. Do you know what the other 2 are? E,
G.
and G. So it's like outlining the tonic chords. C, E, and G are the stablest tones in the key. Then you have 2 active tones that aren't hyperactive. The 6, A is the 6. And the 2, D, is the other active tone. We have 2 hyperactive tones. B, which is number 7. 7, and 1 note left. F, which is the 4th tone. So the hyperactive children in the scale are 4 and 7. Just so you know, they're the ones that just you get on them and they're moving you places. They don't sit still. The 1, the 3, the 5, they sit still. The 2 and the 6 move you, but gently. Okay? So when you're determined, are you going to start on a stable tone or an active tone or a hyperactive tone? What would make sense?
Stable.
Stable. And when he did his thing, you know, he did a big jump up. Would you be starting on the 1, the 3, or the 5? Because what's he going to jump to?
The 1.
If you start on the 1, then you would jump to the 5. If you start on the 5, you can jump to the 1 or the 3. But let's try starting on the 1.
Okay.
Let's do it. Now, to put the note in, if he reads really well, as we know Mr. Malik reads music pretty well, right? We hope he does.
Yeah.
He can know that that's the second space up for C. But if you don't know that, you type on your keyboard the letter C and magic.
That's an
We're in
the
bass clef.
That's a C. In the bass clef, it goes all cows eat grass. Or all cars eat gas, since we're city people. Okay, so now we know that there was a skip right away. Do we want this note to be a quarter note or a half note or a shorter note? She wants a shorter note. And you know, we might even want a pickup note. Let's show them how to do a pickup. Let's make that C be a pickup. So what he does to make a pickup note is you go to the measure tool. We did this the other day. Oh, you remember you changed the time signature for that one measure.
Right.
And so if you change time signature, he can make this be just one beat and call it a pickup note. And now we have just one beat, and we're going to make that be C. Okay? Now, do you want more than one note on that beat? We have C,
G,
F,
E. See, I think they're going to want the G as a pickup. G, G, and then, okay, because it's going to jump better. When you have a pickup note, it's usually the 5th note of the scale. So we can go G, C, we could go G, E. What sounds more determined? We could do G, G, E. What do you like?
G, E.
G, E. Good. And then the E is the first note of measure 1. Should that be a quarter note or should it be long?
I will.
G, we will.
Long.
Long, maybe. Now, there's a quick way you can make notes longer. You can always use these up here, but there's a hotkey.
This one.
It is the bracket.
Yep.
The right bracket. You can, left bracket makes shorter, right bracket makes longer. We want a half note, right? Then you said skip and then steps, and usually when you skip up, then you step down. Does that make sense? Usually, melodies do that, and you may want to look at melodies in the next day or two and notice them doing this, because this isn't just in classical music, this is in popular music. Even Daniel Levitin brings it up in This Is Your Brain on Music, and he's talking about popular music always. Da. Now, okay, so we have so, mi. Then do we want re, so, mi, do, so, mi, ti. How many like re? We have 2 rays. How many like do? How many like the T? They're liking the T. Let's put in B then. But it should be quarter note. We're going to make the quarter. So, mi, ti. Now the T is a wild child. It wants to go up. Do we want to go up T, do, or T, re, and skip over the do and come back to it? Do, so, mi, ti, do, so, mi, ti, re, do. How many want do directly? How many want re?
Woo!
This group likes expressive
Yeah.
melodies. I love you.
Oops.
No, re.
Oh, sorry, I was right.
And I've gotten sharp or flat or something.
Yeah, it's okay.
So, mi, ti, re. Now we could do re, do. Have a repeated note. We could come down to the do. So, mi, ti, re, do. And then keep going, ti, la, so, or something. What do you think?
For the second note, can we put like forte next to it?
We're going to put forte at the beginning. And
Let's
that's a
show
good
'em how to
point.
do
Let's
that.
do it right now. Now, what he does to get the dynamic, a dynamic is an expression. Shh, guys, pay attention. I don't want to have to come around and tell this to you one at a time. So if you want a dynamic in your score, Control E for expression, and then you get this nice little pink box. You type in the letter F, it knows to make it a dynamic. And there it is. And we want it accented, so maybe we need an accent right away on some of these notes. Do you know what an accent is in terms of these things? What would we call it?
Accent.
We need a category that an accent fits into. Articulation, thank you. And there it is, and it tells you the hotkey there. It's the single quote.
Oh, yes.
So he hits single quote, he got an accent, and you should probably accent that one too.
Single quote.
Single quote. Just one line. You know, you got the double quotation marks, but there's a single one too. Yeah. Okay, so now we've got some accents. Bum, 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 bum. Now, do you want a re, or do you want a do? Do. How many say do?
Yeah.
How many say another re? The rays were more exuberant, but the does were more numerous.
Okay.
Do
Your
we go
choice,
for
Dr. Miller.
exuberance?
Your choice, Dr. Miller.
I want the ray.
What?
I see how it is. Okay.
Well, we said we steps, didn't we? And then, okay, now we've avoided the do, right? I think we need the do now.
Yay!
And then how about going down? Does that sound good?
Sure.
No.
No?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, and then the question is how far? So, mi, ti, re, do, ti, la. And I'm flat. Give me my first note so I sing right. So, mi, it's because it's slow in my voice. So, mi, ti, re, do, ti, la. Would that be nice? La. We could do so, mi, ti, re, do, ti, do, so.
Yeah.
You like that one? Now, we are in measure 3.
Oh, I'm trying.
A half note would be okay.
Okay.
And we want the next measure, show them how to add a measure. There's a plus sign right there. And he gets another measure, and he wants to put a D whole note right here.
Come on.
And then he can right bracket twice. Okay, now what we want to do is fill in this. Who's got an idea for filling that in that they'd like to share?
Make it a high.
Trill.
Yeah!
A trill on what? I don't know that determined needs a trill.
Yeah, it does.
Because it would sound like you weren't determined, it would sound like you were frightened. Am I wrong? So see, I look here and I go, I've got G and I've got D and I've got a half note. I could go A, B, C, E as eighth notes and get higher.
One up here.
And you know what? I want that one to go up one more because it doesn't sound right. And I want this one to be a half note, one note higher. And then come down to the second note of the scale. It will sound determined. That's what my ears are telling me. Now, where else do we want accents?
Everywhere.
Well, if you have them everywhere, then they stop being accents. Do you know what I mean? Accents are heard as accents in comparison with the notes that are not accented. And we're already forte. Bum, ba, dee, da, dee, da, 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 dum. Maybe that one. Da, da, dee, da, dee, da. Maybe this one.
Should we play it?
Now, what haven't we done? We have medium range, we have skips and steps, we have some rhythmic variation because we got half notes, quarter notes, and eighth notes. Not too much. We have accents, we have forte. We have done everything on our chart. Play it. Mr. Malik, please. Okay, how's the speed? It's too slow. Okay, so he has to highlight everything by clicking on the clef. And then he goes and finds tempo, and we're gonna... The thing was, when he was speaking, he had more notes per beat.
Yeah.
Yep, he did. So let's try 92. Just to see. Let's make it for cello. Click on the clef to highlight. Oh, we don't have to even do that, do we?
Go here.
So you go where it says piano, you
So I went to
click
instruments,
instruments,
and then click on
Edit.
the pencil.
go to bowed strings, and it can be cello solo or section, it doesn't matter. They sound a little different.
And you guys, in the last class, somebody was kind of goofing around with these. Don't
play with
Don't
those.
play with those because they'll really mess everything up,
Yeah.
and you'll get really frustrated. So I'll play it for cello.
Sounds better. Okay, and I don't think we want to have any slurs in here, right? If you did, you click on the first note you want slurred and you hit S if you only want 2 notes slurred. If you want more, you highlight however many you want slurred and hit S. Now what we're going to do, because we need to repeat, but we're going to leave off the...
Oh, of course.
We'll leave that guy out. So he's going to highlight these 4 measures. We want those to happen again. Now, you know how to Control C and Control V from using other edit programs, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to do that here. What do pirates say?
R.
Hit R.
Boom.
Whoa.
Whoa.
And whatever you have highlighted will repeat. It's very sweet. Now, if you wanted to add in the pickup note again, we could do that here by making this a quarter note and then putting G right on that rest. And Control arrow key makes things go down or up an octave. Now, the other thing we need to do now is end on C. Now, we have a couple ways we could do that. We could transpose these 3 notes down 1, or we could make this a quarter note and put mi, re, do in the last measure. That would be very strong and determined. Now listen to this whole thing. Have what, 5? 4? 3?
2 minutes.
2 minutes, okay. In your let me tell you what's going to be expected of you,
Yeah.
because that would probably be the best thing. You're going to be writing 2 contrasting melodies. This is a melody, how many measures? 8. 8 here. It's 2 4-bar phrases. You do not have to write parallel periods if you don't want to. If you love to write and you want more contrast between your phrases, you can do that. But if you're trying to do the minimum because you're terrified of doing this, that's fine. You will have a question phrase and an answer phrase for your A section in one mood or expression type. Then the B section will be a different kind, but again will be 4-measure question, 4-measure answer. If yours are longer, I'm happy. But this is your minimum for getting the best grade you can from Mr. Mollick. And then we'll put together the piece so it goes A, B, A. Each of you will have an ABA, and we're going to add another thing to it. But I will be seeing you tomorrow.